Hey, so Zlatan Ibrahimovic spoke during the presentation of Emerson Royal, and we got some information about AC Milan and the market and what they're planning to do. So let's take a look at what he said. So in the beginning, obviously, he's presenting Emerson Royal, great player, physical player, he's good, yada yada yada, and then he said, "This is the fifth day of the seven that God created." This thing about Ibrahimovic being God has to stop, right? It's not fun anymore for me. It was fun when he was a player of AC Milan because it was a good entertainment. He made sense. It's part of his character, of his persona, online speaking. But honestly, I am tired of these jokes when he's talking about AC Milan management, right? He is the senior advisor of AC Milan. He doesn't work for AC Milan, he works for Redbird, so for Jerry Cardinale. And in case you didn't know, the most important thing for Ibrahimovic is Ibrahimovic. He cares mostly about himself. But we know about that, right? Then he says about Jerry Cardinale that Jerry is in town. We had meetings and we're discussing various things, nothing new. Jerry wants us to spend more, but I say no. We spend what is needed to strengthen the team. Come on. Do you believe it? Seriously, do you believe this? It's more plausible the opposite thing, right? Ibrahimovic telling to Jerry that he wants to spend more to make the team stronger, and Jerry saying no, we don't spend more because we are a fund, and we don't want to spend more, we want to spend less, right? Because that's otherwise AC Milan lowballs every negotiation. We didn't get Fofana still because we kept lowballing. And I am tired of being mocked. Supporters are not stupid. And this is not funny. If it's a joke, it's not a funny joke. Okay? Going on, he talks a little bit about Kalulu, but it doesn't say anything. He says he doesn't know, he can't answer today. And obviously he's got Emerson Royal there, so it's mainly about him, right? So they asked him, is it reasonable to expect 2 more signings, given that today is the 5th day? And Ibra said, it doesn't mean that 2 more players are coming. Building a team isn't just about who comes in. We'll see, we are not in a hurry. Well, you should be in a hurry. Because this week, Serie A starts, and we need a defensive midfielder. Fofana, we need him this year, not the next year for free. So I'd say the other thing is like that if these 2 days doesn't mean that we're gonna get 2 more players. What it means that we're gonna sell players, like we're gonna get like Fofana and then sell somebody. That's the 7th day, is trying to sell Adli, I guess, at this point. And we have our objectives and the strategy we're following to strengthen the team, always with the profile we seek. Sure. Then he's asked if there will be additional defensive signings. And here basically he says no. If there is space for some, they will get somebody. But basically that's it for our defense, which means that if Kalulu goes away, we currently have, I think, 4 central defenders. We have Tomori, Chao, Gabbia, and Pavlovic, right? And I am not sure if that's enough for the whole season. There are a lot of matches, and it would be nice to have a 5th one, which was Kalulu. Also, you gotta keep in mind that AC Milan has a lot of injuries, and Fonseca has quite some injuries too with his teams. So if something happens, there's gonna be trouble, right? And that's the same concept for the attacking midfielder, right? Because if Pulisic, like it happened already, right? He couldn't play against Monza, right, for an injury. But I guess it's gonna be there for the starting of the Serie A. But right, if something happens to Pulisic, we have nobody native of that role that can play there. Sure, we have Loftus-Cheek, but I'd prefer having Samardžić as a backup, right? We need backup players. There's way too many games to be played. So they ask him, is the 6th day for midfielder? And again, he stays vague. I don't know why we can just say yes, it should be. He said it could be. Well, like Fonseca said, yes, we are going after Fofana. We just said it, right? So yes, the 6th day should be a midfielder, and that I think is gonna be Fofana. And then a brilliant question: how is the summer going? And thoughts on Armand Duplantis, which is a well-known Swedish-American pole vaulter with a Milan t-shirt. And no, it's not the one with the giant dick. It's another guy. And they asked him about him. It was like, okay, that's a weird thing to ask into a press conference of AC Milan. Yeah, it's an athlete that he's also a supporter of AC Milan. What else is there to say, really? It's like Djokovic, right? And they should learn from Djokovic, right? We have a lot of good athletes that are supporters of AC Milan, even Yannick Sinner, right? Then he is asked if Emerson Royal is better in defense or attack, and of course he has to say that he's good for everything. He can't say, oh, yeah, he's a good defender, but he sucks in attacking. He can't say that. And then in the end, I thought about Silvio Berlusconi. So what did we learn about the market transfer that AC Milan is trying to do? Well, we already knew that they are looking to sign Fofana. A defender, probably we won't sign other defenders if Kalulu goes. And we are not going to get a striker, I think. I think we'll have to do the whole season with Morata and Jovic. And Okafor as a backup. And I can't believe to do like the whole season with only Morata and Jovic, because if something happens to Morata, we're gonna have only Jovic. And at this point, we could just have kept Colombo, right? If there was no actual plan to get a striker. So I am a little bit worried about that. But yeah, they're not in a hurry. The market is not over. And these things kind of bothers me, the fact that the market is not over and the Serie A is gonna start. Because this is like has a negative impact for any team, right? Think about like Udinese, right? Samardžić is gonna stay at Udinese, he's gonna go to Milan. When they will find out, they have to play. So what then the coach is gonna do? Is the coach gonna like account for Samardžić in his team, or like a Cup Miners, right, with Atalanta, which they should go to Juve, but like now they have to play against Real Madrid, and he's probably not going to play Cup Miners. That is a big negative for any team. I believe that the market should be done before the beginning of any championship. But yeah, these are my thoughts about this. Let me know what you think. And Forza Milan. Ciao.